Well, I don't know. I swear to God, Cringe-Fluencers is like haunted because I fixed the YouTube issue that we had last time, putting it on the wrong account putting it on the wrong account. And then now it's like picking the wrong microphone. Okay. Hello, everyone. Are you there?
Yeah. And
much better. Okay. There's like a little delay of the chat, so it's like it's horrible, and then I change something, and then like the comments come in perfect, and I already switched it back. All right, we'll figure this out one day. Thank you for bearing with us.
It kind of seems like my internet is is not working properly today. So
as Heidi Powell would say, it's truly spiritual warfare around here. The demons don't want us to win. But we will survive.
Wow. Okay, so she's changed.
Heidi's changed for the worse.
The demons.
Yeah, she's like, oh, spiritual warfare. You know what I mean? It's like, not really. Okay. Well, on that weird technical difficulty note, let's start so that we don't, the demons don't shut us down again. So obviously the thumbnail is all about Brittany Dawn and her lawsuit. So we're going to talk about that a little bit, but Cam actually is coming out with a full video of like reviewing the court proceedings because it was covered through Zoom. So we'll talk about that. And then we're actually going to switch it up a little bit and talk about Brittany Dawn's husband, who is also been in trouble with not the law, necessarily, but he did have some pretty, I don't know what the word is, scandalous interactions while he was a police officer or a deputy before he married Brittany, and he spoke about it for the first time. And I knew the video, and I've seen the video, and I've heard little rumblings, but this is his first time talking about it, so we're going to kind of talk about that as well. But we're going to start off with just a little like appetizer of a story. And it sort of but it reminds me of Dave Hollis, our favorite male here on the show.
Unfollow me.
That Dave Hollis.
Yeah.
This Dave Hollis.
I am all about getting a free ride.
Yeah, that guy.
So, he became a fitness influencer.
He did become a fitness influencer. He is going to be doing, allegedly, as of now, competing in a fitness competition, like a on stage muscle man competition, as well as Heidi. But we all know what his book was like, right? Built Through Courage. What the metaphors.
And the first one as well. Oh God, I read both of them. They were both awful, and lots of repetitions between the two. So
yeah. And do you remember the theme, obviously, of the second book? What the
like? What do you mean, the Navy theme? Like,
yeah,
just the ship metaphor.
Ship metaphors. Yeah. So Dave Hollis likes, or doesn't do it anymore so much, but he loves talking about ships in the harbor that are ships are not meant to be in the harbor. They're meant to be on the ocean, making us stronger individuals and taking risks in the oceans of our lives. So if you've read the book, you understand what we're talking about. If you've watched both of our reviews about the book, I think you have a review, right, of the book as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot
I
of
didn't just read it for me because no. I did that for you guys. I sacrificed myself.
It was rough. It was rough seas. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I was reading this article about Peloton, the new CEO of Peloton, and it gave me Dave Hollis flashbacks. So I thought you might enjoy how Dave's symbolism is becoming viral. It's going out farther than self-help. It's now becoming a business thing, sort of, to talk about shibs in the harbor.
Damn. Okay.
So if you don't know what Peloton is, it's that app, or it's like a spin bike or a cycling bike.
Yeah.
And basically there's different ways to do it, but the traditional way, I guess, is like you get the bike in your house, and then you have an iPad or something where you can watch different trainers do different spin classes, and that's whatever. It was huge during the pandemic because everyone was stuck home, but still wanting to do group classes. Okay, so they've had some issues with business. They've sort of lost money. They've had
I saw this on the news. Like, apparently the Brits are struggling to resell their Pelotons. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, there's I guess the people who make them, there wasn't enough. They were back ordered, and then everyone's over it now. And then you have to pay a subscription to use it on top of paying over $1,000 for the bike. So some of the I don't know, the excitement of the product is sort of going away. And so they've had some leadership changes. And so the new CEO came in to, help everybody not be so afraid of what's going on. So I'm going to read you what he said recently. And I think you may like it. Okay, so his name is, his name is Barry McCarthy. He's the Peloton CEO. And I guess the numbers in Q4 did not look so good. And they reported a loss of $1.2 billion. So no big deal. No cause for concern. But this is how he says, guys, don't worry. We lost over $1 billion. However, here's some motivation to calm you all down. You ready? This is what he said. In high school, I spent 3 summer months working on a cargo ship. After midnight on my second voyage, I was asleep when the alarm general quarters woke me up. The alarm for general quarters woke me up. My reporting station was on the bridge. Fear is a great motivator. I dressed while I ran. The 720-foot ship was doing 27 knots, and the helm was hard alley. I don't know. The ship was heeling sharply to starboard, and the steel hull was shuddering. The captain was trying to turn the ship around, but a ship that big, going that fast, takes miles and miles to change direction. We saved 2 men's lives that night. They'd been lost at sea in the Mediterranean for several days. A fortunate, happy ending. Peloton is like that cargo ship. We've sounded the alarm for general quarters. Everyone's at their station. We continue to add new inputs to evolve our go-to market strategy to restore growth. When will the ship respond is the question. Our goal is fiscal year 23. That's it. I thought it was a little funny. Thoughts? Can you hear me? No? Silence? Let's see. Oh no, Cam can't hear us. Well, I thought it was funny.
It's giving me life.
I will slowly buy you a boat.
So yeah, so I thought that was funny. Your company loses $1 billion, and then you decide, well, this is how I'm going to help everybody by giving a speech that only I can relate to. Can you hear us, Cam? No. Well, anyways, I believe Peloton is going to be bye-bye very soon. Maybe. Potentially. Because things ain't looking so good, and they don't really have solutions.
I'm here, but my internet sucks at the moment. I'm not sure why.
I love your background, though. I like your cupboard behind you.
Oh, thank you.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's... I know you missed the juicy stuff, but...
Yeah,
basically, Peloton is heading for choppy waters in Q4 and fiscal year 23.
I mean, it had to happen. Someone, they knew this was a temporary win. The pandemic purchases and stuff. Yeah.
And I always think the subscription model is great in theory. It helps the company understand better what their revenue is going to be, but it's not cheap. It's more expensive than buying a gym membership in a lot of places. It's $50 a month or something. And
oh my God.
Yeah, just to use the app. So that there's going to be competitors at some point that I know the Nordic Track company has come out with bikes that you can use the Peloton, class with. So there's going to be people and companies coming in to try to take a piece of their pie, which makes sense. So they can't last forever, and the prices are just steep, I think, because I pay $35 a month for a gym with every piece of equipment, and you have to share it. But still, I mean, I can take classes, I can go to the sauna, like that's a way better value than $50 a month just to have a program at my house.
Yeah, agreed. And it gets repetitive real quick when you're doing something at home, and you want to get out of the house anyway. And I think it was just like perfectly fine when there was no going out, because external circumstances apparently are a thing, and it's not all about women festing going to the gym, but just I saw a headline that was like a very expensive like jacket rack or something.
Oh god. Yeah, exactly. It's like a treadmill. It's like, okay, you have great intentions buying it, and then 9 times out of 10 you're like, all right, I'm done. I did this, it's cool for like once in a while. But yeah, a spin class, like I could never do a spin class every day. There's no way.
Yeah, no.
And they have other classes
a week.
Yeah.
But it gets boring, like if you're doing more than that.
Yeah, and the whole point for a spin class for me is like to be in the room with other people, because it is a good environment for me. Like, like everyone's like going and breathing heavily, and it's like kind of fun. If you're by yourself, it's like sort of a letdown personally. So
yeah, and you can't blast the music in your house like they do in the spin
exactly
room,
have the glowing
your
effects.
Neighbors would be phoning the police in no time. So
yeah, right, for real. So anyways, that's Peloton. That's what they're up to. So I'm interested to learn more about the CEO's cargo ship pass. He's like, how parents say like, my job when I was a kid, we had to walk 20 miles in the snow to get to school, and I worked as a factory welder at 12. I don't know.
Back in my days, back in the good times.
Yeah. And it's like, this guy's like, he's like, oh, when my first job was a cargo ship thing. It's like, oh my God, like the guy's not that old. It's crazy that would be his first job in life. I guess, he didn't say it was like the Navy. He said like my job. So it's like, yikes. Interesting life.
Yeah. Oof. Well,
anyways.
It's interesting lives that push people to be entrepreneurs. I don't think it's success that pushes them there. I think it's the opposite. I was definitely not. I did not choose to like make movies like a freelance and independently just because
that was your dream forever.
Yeah, no, it was more of a situation where I was like, oh, this is the only way I can actually make films. So I guess I'm gonna have to figure out this tax thing.
Taxes? Never heard of it. Yeah, so that's that. Elder millennial likes her Peloton, or likes their Peloton, so maybe there's hope.
Fair enough, yeah.
There's hope for the company.
Do you want to buy another 500?
Do you have $1 billion available to keep the company afloat?
Oh my God, you could literally buy Peloton right now. Imagine.
Damn.
Imagine being like a businessman, being like, ooh, they're in like super financial strains. Why not buy them?
Only $10 billion probably. Because we're really close to a turnaround.
They can't afford to ask for big prices right now. So
yeah,
might be great for like, Jeff Bezos. Jeff, get on it.
Jeffrey Bezos. That's all Amazon's missing is like an exercise component. You could like buy the equipment like as you're exercising, like, oh, add dumbbells, and they show up at your house in the next 60 seconds.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, that would be fun.
It's time.